Changing my perception about the unknown changes everything. It allows me to step forward from a place of trust versus like fear and trying to control. The uncomfortable places and spaces, the experiences were simply opportunities for me to step into my power. They allowed me to implement boundaries, speak my truth, despite fear of ridicule. And each time we do so, it's like building that faith muscle, building that resilience. Every time you do so, every time you speak the uncomfortable thing, it makes it easier to do so the next time. And on that, it also makes it easier for the next person to do so. We create these grooves, pathways, these ways of being that each time someone does so, again, it eases the way for another. Reflecting, I've been reflecting on my recovery journey. I just hit my most recent milestone here. So, yeah, and I just wrote, I don't even recognize this version of me, and yet I love her deeply already. The most magical, raw, tender, vulnerable experience to watch yourself become someone new. In all of this external shifts, changes, transformations in my life, having to hold my knowing, hold my center in these difficult situations has just allowed me to see just how far I have come, handling the things today that years ago would have pummeled me under, or buried me, however you want to say it. I can handle the things today that I wouldn't have been able to do yesterday, and this is because of the inner work. I know y'all can feel that too. Any of us that have been on this journey for any significant amount of time, we can look back on our past and see our own growth. And that's why it's like that quote, when people say, or when people tell me no one can change, I just smile because I have my own experience to prove them wrong. This is something else I've been focusing on, paying attention to my beliefs, my stories around money, abundance, and intentionally shifting them. Remind yourself that inward, or that safe sanctuary within, is sanity. Outside of you is insanity, meaning the opportunity for illusions, right? The conglomeration of everyone else's perceptions, the collective energies, and that's why it's so important to know our internal truth and continue to return to it again and again. Allowing the tears to clear our vision. We don't deny grief. We don't deny the uncomfortableness. We feel it all, knowing that our suffering is just as sacred as our pain is just as sacred as our joy. Suffering is a choice. Pain is inevitable, and that perspective shift allows us to move through pain. No, not numbing, not avoiding, but eyes wide open. So we're able to gain the wisdom. Our soul is seeking and gaining, right? Our soul is always gaining wisdom, but we're able to view that growth